Peace, 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 citizens of the World Wide Web. It's your boy, Mr. 13, and I'm back with the next edition of the Sitdown. Today, I got the CFN Wrestling God with me. CFN Bills.
You was right, CFN God, but people know me as CFN Bills.
They know you as CFN Bills.
God.
Yeah. I met this gentleman that cooks the barbershop, and he was a very interesting character, to say the least. I started to follow him. I enjoy his posts, so I decided I wanted to have him come up here and sit down and talk about what it is exactly that he's doing. Give us a little breakdown of what it is that you do on Instagram.
Well, first, I want to say I appreciate it, and it's an honor that you watching my videos and following me.
No doubt.
You know, that humbles a God. But pretty much what I'm just trying to do is show people that no matter how old you are, whatever it is that you love and whatever your passion is, you can have fun doing it.
Yeah.
Don't let nothing stop you from doing it.
And yeah, man, you're having fun. You're a burst of energy when I see your videos, man. Like your brother. Your brother's very positive too. If y'all don't know, Days the Emperor is this man's brother. And
Slim twin.
It's always wonderful to be around Days as well. Tell us what it is that got you, into wrestling. Why do you love it so much?
Well, I grew up in a wrestling house. None of my family members were wrestlers, but we were all big wrestling fans. So, getting up in the morning, going downstairs, and your uncle have VHS tapes from the pay-per-view from the night before, or your grandma is watching Saturday Night Main Event. Saturday Night Main Event. So, my cousin Simon, shout out to him, from Harlem, he used to collect wrestling figures and rings and stuff. So when we used to go spend the night in Harlem, he used to always, give us whatever extra wrestling rings and whatever extra wrestling action figures he had.
Yeah.
So, around that time, my favorite wrestler was Macho Man. So that's what really got me into watching wrestling too, because Macho Man was unique. He wasn't like every other wrestler. And I always felt like I was different. So
all right, well, you're giving us I would say a breakdown back into the day of wrestling. I don't know how old you are. I didn't ask you that, but I didn't know when you started wrestling. That's what I used to watch Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, Junkyard Dog, Sergeant Slaughter.
I actually met Sergeant Slaughter last year.
A word?
Yeah, met Sergeant Slaughter. He still looked like he could wrestle.
Oh, yeah. He keeps in shape.
Yeah, he still looked like he could give us another match. Yeah. But yeah, I'm an 84 baby.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
84 baby.
So you've seen all those. My favorite wrestler was the Ultimate Warrior.
I knew he was gonna say that.
Yeah. I mean, he was one of a lot of people's favorites. You know what I mean?
Because he was unique.
Yeah.
He wasn't the typical wrestler. See, Hulk Hogan. I'm not a Hogan fan. I like Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. Okay.
With her heel. But red and yellow Hulk Hogan, again, I'm not taking nothing away from what that man did for the business. But he was this world's Superman. Like, he was built to be perfect.
Yeah.
And, that's not reality.
No, it's not. I had the Hulkamaniac set when I was younger. I had the wristbands and the headband and the weights.
What are you gonna do, brother? What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do, brother? That's hilarious. So I originally was a Hulkamaniac, and I loved Hulk, man. But then when the Ultimate Warrior came out, man, I was like, nah, man, I'm rolling with this guy.
Let me tell you a secret about that match between him and Hogan.
Yo, what's up?
I don't know if you know, Ultimate Warrior was supposed to win that match.
Oh, no?
Hogan was supposed to win that match. Hogan was actually supposed to be the first world heavyweight and any kind of champion together.
Oh,
but
shit.
Ultimate Warrior was kicking his ass for real. So they was like, yo, just give it to him.
Just give it
to the Ultimate One. But it was a smart was a smart decision, and it was a bad decision.
Yeah, I think Ultimate Warrior didn't last as long as everyone thought he would.
Mm-hmm. Couldn't control him. He
was
unique. He was him.
Yeah.
He was himself. Same thing with Macho Man. Macho Man was one of the best in-ring performers ever. He was way better than Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
But because he didn't fit the criteria that they needed to go forward, they gave it to Hogan instead of Macho Man.
They felt Hulk had the better image.
Promos, all that, yeah.
Listen, this is live recording. I thought I turned my phone off, but obviously I didn't. So
Yeah, mine
turned
was
that
ringing
on.
too.
So, man, let's get back to it. We're talking about Macho Man. We was watching the documentary in here at the barbershop the other day about Macho Man and his relationship with Elizabeth. And they, it was kind of rocky,
There's a lot to that story that they do.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Macho Man is a perfect dude,
Mm-hmm.
but with all of the obstacles that he had to jump through just to get a world champion, with you got to deal with titans like Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, this, that, and the third, and then, involving his woman. And I don't think that she should have been involved as much as she was, but her presence made his character look good too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that the business is what caused the friction between him and Elizabeth. I don't think it was just Macho Man personally.
She's iconic, man. She was hot.
Yes.
I loved Elizabeth.
Yes. Yeah,
He wouldn't have been the same had he not had her in his corner.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It brought his character. Because once he became King Macho, what's a king without a queen?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, man, shit. So for me, that's when I was really into wrestling. And eventually I stopped watching it. And I haven't gotten back into it too much lately. I mean, I was watching a lot back when it was like The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah,
Oh, man.
That's when I had took a break from it, like from the early era, and then I didn't come back to it till then.
That's when wrestling really started getting great.
Yeah.
See, I think that era of wrestling is the greatest era of wrestling.
Okay.
Because that's when they started pushing the envelope.
Yeah.
It started, we still had wrestling,
Mm-hmm.
but it started becoming more entertaining,
Yeah.
because they knew that, it was shifting. Back in the days, you were able to make the people believe that what's going on in the ring is actually happening.
Yeah.
The storylines and all that other stuff. So as they started gradually evolving, you had to add more entertainment to it than wrestling, because you got to understand, as we go forward, people, how you call it? They time span shortens.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody's not really into the match like that. People get drawn in with the drama.
Yeah.
And drama is what draws you in. So now you invested into the match.
Yeah.
So that's why they had to make the shift. That's why I say that era is the greatest era ever.
What is that called? The Attitude Era?
Yeah, the Attitude Era. Greatest era ever.
Yeah, I got into it again during that era. It was dope, man. And, I really like The Rock. The Rock is one of my favorite wrestlers. And I watch his show, The Young Rock. You ever watch that?
Oh, man. I'm so pissed off that they ended the series.
Oh, it's over now?
Because of the writer's strike. I think it's because of the writer's strike. They're
Damn.
not giving us another season. Hopefully they change their mind.
Yeah.
But I like the show because it also shows you inside, like it shows this generation inside of wrestling. Like I didn't know Macho Man wrestled down in Samoa and all. I didn't know all that.
Yeah.
Like when you watch Young Rock, this dude was coming out his room.
Talk to the mic, brother.
This dude was coming out his room, and when he sit in his living room, you got the Iron Sheik, Andre the Giant.
Yep.
So that's what made me respect The Rock even more. Even though I'm a Stone Cold fan.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a Stone Cold fan, but The Rock is the greatest entertainer ever.
All right.
The greatest.
That's interesting. I'm a Rock fan. I love the show, and just like you said, it's interesting to see all the wrestlers together. The Iron Sheik, Macho Man, Andre the Giant, and I didn't realize just how intertwined his life was with wrestling. He's like basically a prodigy of the damn wrestling, because his father's Rocky Johnson.
And the Samoans,
The Samoans are his uncles. Come on, how do you grow up like that? Like, that's crazy.
That's why I'm like, yo, when you watch Young Rock and you see him like walk out in the living room and all of these iconic wrestlers that we grew up watching, and he's just sitting there chilling with them. Andre the Giant came to his school to pick him up. Like, can you imagine your favorite wrestler coming to pick you up from school? Hanging out with your dad? That's dope right there.
That is dope, man. And he's got to soak up game from all of them. So that's what it is.
Yeah. And you see that when you see his promos, you see a little bit of Iron Sheik, you see a little bit of Macho Man, you see a little bit of this one. That's what makes him so great.
So you're a Steve Austin guy, 316.
Yeah.
What is it about Steve Austin that you love?
Because Steve Austin didn't care.
Yeah.
It wasn't that he was a bad guy or he was a good guy. He just whipped your ass for the right reasons. Steve Austin was one of those wrestlers, and The Rock is that too, where they don't have to have a match. They could come to the ring, stun everybody in the ring, and then leave, and the people will still be excited.
Yeah.
That's the type of impact that Steve Austin had. But what I really liked about Steve Austin was he was that image that at the time he was sticking it to the man. You know, he was the dude that could come to work and stick up his middle finger to his boss, drink a couple of beers, and still going about his day. That's why a lot of people was able to connect with Steve Austin. And think about at that time, right? The workforce was crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So a lot of things changed now that we got older and time has gone by, but the workforce was crazy back then.
Yeah.
He was literally a slave.
Yeah, man. I don't know if much has changed lately, though. With inflation and all that shit, man, times is tough, man. Yeah. The rules have changed a little bit, but they got you by the balls when it comes to inflation and the cost of goods, man.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That shit is crazy. So I want to address this, man, before we keep going. The attire. How did you come about dressing like this with the belts and the crown? Let me know what made you want to be the CFN god and dress like this.
So, first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to JBL, John Bradshaw Layfield, from WWE. So I had a situation when I first started coming out to the shows, little rocky situation where I got banned from somewhere. So I was like, all right, I gotta create my own lane. I gotta make a comeback, but I want this comeback to be epic. But how am I gonna make a comeback? So I just so happened it was in the crib. I watched his Hall of Fame interview. And at the end, he was like, it was funny because he was like, oh, I want to apologize to everybody if I hurt you, this, that, and the third. And he was like, screw that. I'm the wrestling god. I'm going in the Hall of Fame. I don't got to apologize to anybody. And I started laughing. And I was like, yo, I want to take that persona and flip it. I want to be the wrestling god, but I want to be wrestling god of the people.
Yeah.
You know, so I said, and I told myself, me taking this name, this title is going to come with a lot of backlash.
Yeah.
But I knew I had the confidence to do it. So when I started going out as the wrestling god, I said, I always call myself a king. I'm a Leo. August 9th, I'm lion. Yeah. So I said, I wanted to make sure that every time I pulled up, it was a different experience. Yeah. Every time you see me, you see the wrestling god, but you always see something different. So I brought a plastic crown first. Yeah. I started going to the events. So that's when the hate started, but a lot of people was with it. So I said, I got to take this to the next level. I'm going to do something that I never did before. I ordered the robe. I ordered the crown. I said, we're going to see the type of reaction that we get. And yeah, I got both. I got negative feedback and positive feedback, but the positive feedback was more powerful than the negative feedback.
Gotcha.
And I started seeing how, even when I walked around in Coney Island like this.
Yeah.
And the people were like, yo, Messiah, yo, king. And it's just like, I see the way it's impacting people. Yeah. I don't dress like this to say like, oh, I'm better than you. I'm a beacon to let everybody else know like, yo, you could be comfortable. So when they start interacting with me, I make them feel comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, I done gave people my crown, my belt, my robe.
So people come up to you, they're like, yo, can I take a picture with you? They hold the bell.
Always. I was just at AEW 2 Wednesdays ago, and I was walking around like this, and I had, mind you, this is an AEW event. Booker T is a WWE wrestler. Everybody was running around the arena, King Booker. Yeah. But I also do it because the kids too. The kids love it, bro.
Kids love it?
Oh man.
Crazy.
Oh man. I got a picture. I was at a toy drive, right? Okay. Shout out to my guy RX. My guy RX was the one that put it together. We was at the toy drive, and there was this one kid. He just kept saying, who did you wrestle for those belts? You didn't wrestle nobody for those belts. I was like, listen, I wrestled Stone Cold and The Rock in the same night. And I won his title. So what I did was, at going towards the end, I said, listen, we're going to take a dope picture. I gave him the belt.
Yeah.
I laid down on the floor. I said, yo, put your foot right here. We're going to make it seem like you won it. And then I just did like this. And his parents loved the picture.
Loved the picture.
So, you know, that's another reason why I do it, because I remember being that kid.
Yeah. Just taking a look at these things, man.
Hold on, let me.
You want to show it to the screen right there. Why not, man?
Yeah, you know. Understand these choices.
Yo, they have weight to them. I hear them clanking, man.
And I got these from
Yeah, you can talk to yeah.
I got these from China.
Oh, word?
Yeah, it's a company called Fandu.
Nah, they look nice, man. They're dope.
This one's actually signed by Sting.
Oh shit.
Yeah, this belt.
Nah,
That's his signature right there.
Oh, yo, Sting, son. That's a legend.
I got a baseball bat signed by Sting. So
Yeah.
if you ever want to go to, meet your favorite wrestlers, there's a spot in Queens called the Wrestling Universe. Shout out Wrestling Universe, free promo for y'all.
Oh shit.
But I give them respect too, because the Wrestling Universe is where it started for me.
Got you.
I my first wrestler I ever met there was Ted DiBiase and IRS.
Got you.
And I got the $1 Million Championship in the house signed by both.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. Those are wrestling royalty.
Yeah, bro. Oh man. And they were so cool too. And so I found out that Bray Wyatt is IRS's son.
Okay.
So I got a chance to meet Bo Dallas, IRS, but I didn't get a chance to meet Bray Wyatt.
Oh shit.
Way past. Yeah, Bray Wyatt's one of my favorite wrestlers.
Oh man, I'm sorry, right here. Rest in peace.
Yeah. R.I.P. Bray Wyatt.
Well, that's dope, man. Especially the Sting signature there. But you run around with these. You said that sometimes it brings some backlash.
Yeah.
And how do you handle the backlash? What kind of things have happened?
Well, I've been threatened. People tried to get me jumped. People tried to get me banned. People done cursed my name or tried to assassinate my character. But you know what? I'm protected by the universe.
Yeah.
God always got my back. So as long as I know I got that protection, I keep moving forward. And these same people, I still say hello to them. I still speak to them every day. So, and these all are still the same people, want to be in my photos, my videos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it doesn't bother me, because at the end of the day, one thing I know is being a king and being a mighty warrior, you're going to always have people that try to attack you.
Yeah, man. You ain't doing it if you don't got no haters. That's what I hear. That's what I hear. Hold on 1 second. We're going to take a pause. Yeah, we back, man. We had to take care of a little business in the barbershop, but that's how it goes sometimes when you're recording in a live situation like this. We were just talking about some of the negative situations that you've been involved in, but you don't really pay attention to that. That's what I take from it. You know what I mean?
As Jay-Z say, you got to brush your shoulder.
Yeah, which is a great attitude to have, right?
It's facts.
But you have plans for your movement. What is it that you're trying to achieve?
So first and foremost, I want to make the Wrestling God name a household name.
Okay.
I want people to know that when you're in the presence of the Wrestling God, you're always going to have a great time. You're in a safe environment. You could be who you want to be. But I also want to, first I want to give a shout out to my guy, RX Superstar. So me and my guy, RX Superstar, pretty much trying to merge cosplay and wrestling together.
Okay.
So we want to create, start doing our own events. Start doing our own podcast, start doing our own interviews. Me personally, I want to start bringing more light to independent wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, this generation and even our generation, because I didn't know about independent wrestling until 2020.
Got you.
So the whole purpose is to show people that there's different avenues of wrestling. There's different avenues of cosplay. And then you also have, I met a couple of brothers that want to be wrestlers, but they don't know where to go at. So now I'm that dude you come to. Listen, I know a couple of schools you go to. I know a couple of independent shows that you could go to that are looking for actual wrestlers, especially people in our region.
Yeah.
Melanin and Hispanic brothers. We never had that growing up in the hood. So I try to make sure that I create that avenue, but also let people know that it's okay to love wrestling. It's okay to be a nerd. It's okay to be a wrestling nerd.
Yeah.
So, I'm just trying to be the voice and the face for the people that don't have a voice.
Got you. Dope. And you mentioned your partner, RX?
Yeah, RX Superstar. That's what I got.
How did you guys link up, and what is it that you guys got going with this cosplay event?
So me and RX actually met at this event called the Big Event. So the Big Event is like Comic-Con, but for wrestling. So, I actually started following him first. I seen all the dope pictures he was taking. He was at a lot of the events. So I met him one time at Big Event. We talked or whatever. He actually walked up on me like, hey, yo, I see you. You be going live. Yo, let's go live. Let's go live. So I'm like saying like, oh shit, all right, you want to go live with me? All right, cool. So then that following year after that, we linked up again, that big event. And that's when he's just like, yo, bro, I see a lot of the things that you're going through better than this. I could show you a different world, bro. So I was like, all right, cool. So we started making moves. And mind you, we've been making moves since the beginning of last year, you know? And so he had an idea, I had an idea, and I'm like, yo, bro, let's bring both our worlds together and create something that nobody didn't create yet.
Yeah.
So we definitely got the movement going.
So now you got this, you say you may be making plans to do your own event, but you also have your own company.
Yes. Wrestling is a brotherhood.
Wrestling is a brotherhood. I watched one of your videos and you said, wrestling is a brotherhood, wrestling is everything. How do you, tell us about your company and how you came up with that slogan?
So it started out with Stay Wrestling Fly.
Okay.
Stay Wrestling Fly was the first company that I used to start ushering my persona and what it was that I was doing. But I noticed that a lot of people didn't identify with Stay Wrestling Fly. So I said, you know what? I was out with my homeboys one time. We was all at a wrestling event. And I was just like, yo, this is why I love wrestling, because, it brings us together as a brotherhood. We all come together as a brotherhood. And then, ping, I said, wrestling is a brotherhood. The logo that you guys actually see for my company was created by my guy, Gens. Shout out to Gens Club. I got to show Gens Club some love. Those are my guys right there. So Gens Club created the logo. My brother, Alex, shout out to my guy, A-Best. He's the CEO of WIE. He was just like, yo, bro, like, let's the Wrestlers of Brotherhood is a dope name. Go forward with that. Do it. So we all collabed together, and I was like, yo, bro, let's just, make this a movement for people. Let people know, like, yo, bro, when you around us, when we say the word brother, we really mean it. I live this lifestyle. I don't just say it because it's catchy. Wrestling is a brother. That's why I'm able to be around people that don't like me. Because at the end of the day, we still family.
That's a good mentality to have. I see you also, you mentioned about working with the independent wrestlers and independent companies.
Oh, yeah.
And I was watching another video of yours. You were at the Warriors of Wrestling.
Yes.
So tell me, what is, I'm not familiar with it. What is Warriors of Wrestling?
So for y'all that don't know, and now y'all that do know, Warriors of Wrestling is home to me. Warriors of Wrestling is actually the platform that helped me launch forward this in the Wrestling Guard.
Gotcha.
So Warriors of Wrestling is an independent show. They main base is out in Staten Island, but they also do shows in Brooklyn.
Okay. So
they just had a show out in Brooklyn recently, like a couple of weeks ago. Shout out to Joe Bellini and the Warrior Wrestling crew over there. They wrestlers there. I communicate with a lot of them. So one of their wrestlers, Kuda Montana, that's my guy right there. I started doing promos for him.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because that's my dude. Like Kuda always been cool with me, and even the rest of them, Max Bain, Chris Steeler, Roger Mendez. I'm sorry if I mention any of your names right now. I'm on the spot, but shout out to all of y'all. They started interacting with me. They started coming to me like, yo, bro, I see what you're doing. I like what you're doing. I'm like, oh, wow, the wrestlers are seeing me now. So now I ended up becoming part of the show. Me and the owner, Joe Bellini, that's the owner of Warriors of Wrestling. He started calling me the Burger King. So I'm like, yo, bro, listen, just the fact that this man went in the ring and shouted a promo and involved me, that, yo, bro, that was the highlight of the night for me. That was the highlight of the night for me. So, but Warriors of Wrestling is one of the dopest independent shows out there, and that's home for me. Like, there's no other independent show to me that supersedes Warriors of Wrestling, because Warriors of Wrestling helped me out a lot.
Yeah,
a whole lot. The wrestlers, the staff. They actually have a young lady that works at the front door. She's the one that crowned me as king.
Okay.
Because I walked in one time with the plastic crown on, and she was like, "Oh, the king is here. The king is here." So a couple of times I showed up without the crown, and she like, Your Highness, where's your crown? Where's your crown at? So that's when I ordered this, and then that's when I started pulling up like this.
That's how he pulls up, man. The wrestling god.
Yeah.
Do you ever see yourself maybe getting in the ring?
That's what I'm working on.
Okay.
Now, I now understand, I'm not going for no titles, but I will be the next Paul Heyman. I tell you that much. That's my goal. Okay. I'm not saying that I can't wrestle with the best of them. I'm not doubting myself, but I see myself more at the ringside,
Yeah.
being a manager, Bobby the Brain Heenan or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that, you got this personality, and you do interviews as well. I seen you did something with someone who won a championship that day, Jalen White.
Yes, that's my guy right there. One of my friends that I met at Warriors of Wrestling. I mean at Wrestlers Universe.
How many? Have you done a lot of interviews?
Not really.
Okay.
I haven't really had the chance to. So that's why if you look at my Instagram, most of my stuff is live.
Okay.
Because again, my phone doesn't have a lot of memory for me to edit and chop up and stuff. And I actually got a laptop, but I'm in the process of getting me a charger for it, so I can use my laptop. But that's why I do most of my stuff live.
Yeah.
And honestly, going live is what helped me perfect my craft.
Yeah.
Because now it's like, all right, bro, one take Jake. You can't make no mistakes.
Nope.
Yeah, there's no second chances. You go out there, you do what you got to do. So that's what helped me be as good as I am now.
Gotcha. Yeah, going live is a different animal, and I like to do the pre-recorded interviews so I could go back and edit it, when you got people pounding on the door. But, this edit is going to have some live feel to it because there's not much I could do to cut that out.
Yeah.
This is going to be an interesting episode, to say the least.
It's always an interesting experience when you're with the wrestling god.
Yeah, I hear you, brother. So nowadays, what are you watching?
As in
wrestling, like I know you did the WOW, which is Warriors of Wrestling, but like, what do you watch? Do you watch?
Glory.
Okay.
You got House of Glory. You got MLW. You got GCW. You got I think it's ICPW.
Okay. And these are all independent?
Yeah, all independent. But MLW and GCW, a lot of these places still have national broadcasts.
Okay.
Like MLW, you could catch them on YouTube, and I think they have a channel that they're on too. TNA is another one. TNA is a classic that been out since like the early 2000s. But like mostly I just try to get to all the independent shows because a lot of these wrestlers that you see now, like for example, Austin Theory. I don't know if you know Austin Theory.
No, I'm not familiar.
If you ever check out SmackDown, there's a dude up there named Austin Theory.
Okay.
My homeboy Alex that I told you about, they're best friends.
All right.
Like he was following him through his whole career in the Indies. He was always there supporting him. So these guys don't forget that. So, from time to time, he'll give him a shout out, reach out to him, check out, or if he come into New York, he'll tell him to come through and hang out with him. So that's cool. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these guys that's in the independent scene, they working hard, so they appreciate when you acknowledge them like that.
That's dope. So they give you acknowledgement.
Yes.
Nice. I didn't know that there was so many independent companies out there like that. I did have a friend that was wrestling independently, but unfortunately he got injured and he doesn't do it anymore, which is unfortunate because they put their body on the line.
Yeah.
A lot of these independent brands, they put in the work. They put a lot of effort in, and they don't have as much as the payoff.
No, and I was just about to say that. They're not getting paid top dollar. So a lot of these people, y'all guys got to understand, like, and we got a cause going out called Support Independent Wrestling. There's a hashtag called Support Independent Wrestling. These guys are going out there putting on WWE type matches, 5-star matches, and they're not getting paid the money for that. And there's no disrespect to the companies. A lot of these independent companies might not have the funds, but these wrestlers know that. So some of them, they do it because of the passion. They love just being out there. Even if it's just a room with like 5-6 people. I done been at shows where there's only like 30, 40 people there, but these guys go out there and wrestle as if they're in the center of Madison Square Garden.
It's a fact. Talking about Madison Square Garden and big wrestling events, you got the Royal Rumble's coming up next, right?
Oh, yeah. That's going to be interesting.
Have you been paying attention to that? Do you have a favorite?
So, honestly, my favorite was LA Knight.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my guy right there. But me, I don't watch wrestling for wins and losses. I watch wrestling for the storyline. So the way the storyline is going, either CM Punk is going to win that Royal Rumble or The Rock. I don't think The Rock should win. Okay. I think they should give it to CM Punk because he never won the Royal Rumble.
All right.
Because they want to line up Roman Reigns versus The Rock. Yeah. So I could see another way of them lining that up without him winning the Royal Rumble. Either throw him in Elimination Chamber, win Elimination Chamber, go straight to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That could work out. But CM Punk winning the Royal Rumble, I think is what's best for business.
CM Punk. I've heard of him before. Like I said, I don't really watch wrestling too much now. Would like to get back into it. I just haven't had the chance to sit down and do it. But I was doing a little research and I saw that The Rock has been, mentioned a few times with possibly fighting Roman Reigns, but a lot of people are saying that there's a guy named Cody that deserves the fight.
So that, and again, this is why I love wrestling, because that storyline. Now, right now, they want Roman Reigns to beat Hulk Hogan's title reign. Hulk Hogan had the title for over 1,400 days or something like that.
Okay.
So right now, I think Roman is at 1,300. So for him to beat Hogan's reign, he has to hold a belt past SummerSlam, which is in August. So this is the reason why The Rock is here right now. So again, they build in this story like, oh, Cody is never going to finish the story. That's what makes wrestling great, because you can have one storyline and then something might happen.
Yeah.
But being that wrestling is what it is, and again, that's why I say where entertainment comes in at, you shift the narrative.
Yeah.
You're never taken away from the original storyline. You just got a sidebar for the time being until you can get back to the original storyline.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was, doing a little research and I was like, oh man, I might want to watch this now, man. See if this guy makes it happen. A lot of people aren't happy with The Rock being thrown in there.
But they don't understand. See, people are looking at it from the wrong aspect.
Yeah.
It's about the storyline.
Yeah.
It's about, so right now they don't have any modern day wrestlers that held that belt for more than 1,000 days.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns was the perfect person to do it with.
Gotcha.
Perfect person.
Well, listen, I want to thank you for coming out, man. I want to give you a chance to let everyone know where they can follow you, where they can get your updates, because we didn't get to talk about it, but let them know. He does weekly updates. He does a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday video. Tell them about that.
Monday is money-making motherfucking Mondays. You got to start your week off with motivation, because a lot of people hate Monday, so they call it Misery Monday. So I'm trying to give Monday a good name. Wednesday is Throw My Wednesday. Wednesday is Hump Day. That's the middle of the week. That's when the wrestling god comes to you, give you more inspiration so you can get through the middle of the week. And then Friday is Freaky Fucking Fridays. That's the day where you just go out and have fun. But you always make sure when you go out and enjoy your Freaky Friday, you go holler at your boss and get that paycheck first.
Well, you heard it here, man. Where can they get all of these videos at? Where should they go? I had a little tongue twister there. Where should they go follow you?
So if you want to follow the Wrestling God, you can find me on Instagram at CFN_Wrestling God. I also have an Instagram page for my Wrestling as a Brotherhood, and I just started using the TikToks. Okay. So you can follow me on TikTok too under CFN, I think, _Wrestling God. I got to go back and check it. But mostly everything I do is on Instagram. I also do graphic design and video ads. So if you got something that a dope picture or video that you need edit, you can holler at the Wrestling God.
Yeah, I want to thank you for coming through. I really appreciate it. I really like his approach to this. It's refreshing. It's exciting. It's like he's a wrestler himself,
Gotta, as Dwayne Johnson dad say, you gotta work the gimmick.
That's it, yo. Rocky Johnson, man, yes, work the gimmick. I haven't quite found my gimmick yet. I'm still searching for it, but I'll let you know when I got it.
Listen, Mr. 13 is fire. That's a
thank you, man. Yeah, I did pick it for multiple reasons.
It's a powerful number.
But yo, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more episodes of the Sit Down. Peace.